morning. Welcome. Good morning.
Good to see you.
Thanks for giving me a few minutes. You bet. In your agenda. I know you're busy. There's lots of things to do, so I won't take a lot of your time, but I do appreciate the opportunity to come and give you some highlights of what's been happening at New Hope in the last year. Yes, a lot of times I have some good news and some bad news. To start with, the good news is I do have calendars on order for you, like I brought every year. The bad news is they're back ordered and I don't have them. So when they arrive, I will send them or drop them off, or somehow see that you get them. So just thought I'd share some other highlights of the year. Since I was here a year ago, we completed our capital campaign fund drive. We raised about a little over $1.9 million. Wow. Our goal was 1.6, so we feel really good about that. The money, of course, is dedicated mostly for capital improvements. A big share of it going to remodel our houses on our campus, our ICF-MAR homes. ICF-MAR stands for Intermediate Care Facility for the Mentally Retarded. And it's the homes in which we serve people with the greatest degree of disability. And those homes, of course, were built 33 years ago and were in need of significant remodeling and renovation. And so we started on that project. One of them is finished. The other is, the second one is close to being finished. The other major capital project is we recently purchased a former Pack and Save grocery store building in town. And we're going to convert that and remodel it so that approximately half of it will be our thrift store, where we accept used merchandise and resell. And of course, we use some of the people we serve as part-time employees, and it provides an opportunity for them to have some work experience and so on and so forth. And it provides supplemental income to help us losing in other areas. And then the other half will be our new vocational training center. Not new, we will move our vocational training center, our sheltered workshop, and it's currently in 2 different locations, so we'll combine that into one. Then we have an office that we rent that will be moved into one of our current buildings. So anyway, between that, we will take what we currently have in 4 buildings and consolidate them into 2. I think it'll be more cost effective, and we think it'll be also a better environment for our clients and our staff. But it's going to the outside of the buildings basically was solid and good, walls and so forth, but needed a new roof. And the inside, of course, is going to be completely redone. So it'll be several months before that's ready, but we're excited about that.
Is that the one out there by the Pizza Hut on East 30?
Yeah. Kind of an area with the Burrows flooring and Ace, kind of between Burrows and Ace. Yeah. So we're excited about that. We continue to serve people in both campus and off campus. In the community, we have from your county currently 13 people. 9 of them are being served in the community housing, which is known as HCBS, or Home and Community-Based Services. 1 person is still is on our campus in the ICF-MAR program. Again, that's the program for people with most challenges. And then we have 3 people that are involved with us during the daytime for vocational services. So 13 people altogether, and as I mentioned before, I think we've served people from Sac County from nearly day 1 that we've been in operation, and we continue to serve a number of people. We have certainly appreciated your support throughout the years, and we hope that we meet your expectations of the quality of service that we provide, and if not, let us know so we can make improvements if need be. We have about 60 people that have jobs in the community. We have 25 employers in town that employ folks that we serve. And 90 people that live in the community, and about 64 that live on campus. So that's just kind of the scope of where we're at. Financially, Our fiscal year ends end of September, so we still don't have, we don't have the final audit and things done for that year yet. But it appears as if we discount the $1 million from the capital campaign, which doesn't go for operations, of course, and actually all of that cash doesn't come in 1 year. Some of that was in 5-year pledges. So if I discount that, we probably had revenues exceeding expenses by approximately 1%, which is on the positive side. And that's about what we shoot for. We're a nonprofit, so obviously we're not in the business of making profit. But like any of us, you have to bring more money in the front door than you spend going out the back door. So we always hope to bring in a little bit more than we spend. Our cash reserves are about 7.5, at about a 7.5% of our operating budget. That amounts to a little over 2 months of operating reserves. So we're told by accountants and so forth that it would be great if we could have a 3-month reserve. We've never had a 3-month reserve. The 2-month reserve we have is not great by any means, but it's stable, and we think that our funding sources are pretty stable, and we don't very often. We did have a period this last year where the computers with the state were malfunctioning or something, so we were about a month late in getting paid. So it was awfully nice to have some reserves, but that's about as late as they've ever been. But so you do need some kind of reserve set aside for those kinds of things. The effect of the governor's 10% budget cut was really scary when we first were looking at that and realizing what 10% budget cut would do to us. It would have amounted to probably $750,000. I have no idea where we would have cut that kind of money out of our operating budget. As it turned out, they decided not to cut the income to ICFMR, and they cut the HCBS of the community living by 2.5%. So rather than $750,000, we're looking at probably about $90,000 through the end of the state fiscal year. I have no idea what's going to happen after that. I don't have high hopes that things are going to get a lot better. And so but that's what we know at this point, probably $90,000 through the end of June. The interesting thing about that, and kind of the sad thing, is that will mean $90,000 less for us to operate on. That for us, that portion for us will save the state about $10,000, and it will reduce Medicaid payments coming to Iowa by about $60,000. So when you look at it like that, it's like, I'm not sure that kind of a cut for this kind of services really makes a lot of sense for the state. But that's what happens when you deal with across-the-board kinds of cuts. You don't always look at things logically. So, but it's like, gosh, the state's in trouble, and you don't mind dealing with that if it's really going to help the state, but the net effect is it loses a lot of federal dollars. So, but and we're not sure how we're going to deal with that $90,000 loss yet. I'm still trying to figure out exactly how it's going to come and when and exactly what it means, if that $90,000 is accurate or not. So we'll probably be looking at doing something different with services, and probably be looking at doing something different with some of our staff time. We just announced our annual pay increase. I really don't want to take that away, but we'll probably be looking at some benefits and some holiday time, and maybe some PTO time and day off time and so forth. And we can't do a lot of what great companies in the state government do and so forth with giving furloughs, because we can do that with some management staff, of course, but with the people that are working there with clients.